with the promised review of our Ambiano Professional 23 liters Airfryer Oven that I did the unboxing last week. You know, I promised you. So welcome to another Gadget Tuesday, and I am here to tell you all the things I have found out about this Ambiano. Number one, the build. I love the build of this. Look at it. See how sturdy it is. Let me tell you what is responsible for that. I'm just going to do a quick turn to show you. You see this? These are actually silicone feet, and I don't even know what to call this, the grip or something. This, and they are on both sides. They give it a very solid balance, as in unshakable, and it's sturdy, heavy but not too heavy. You can actually lift this quite easily. That's number one. The body is made with metal platings. Is that what I'll call it? It's metal though, and then it just has this silicone turn knobs, and this in the handle. This is also metal. Okay, so a note of caution with that, because the body is metal, please, when it's switched on, don't touch it with wet hands. I hope you know that, to avoid electric shock and all that. So, but this is it, and it's actually fits in, because it's not so big, it fits in better than most air fryer ovens. There are lovely places you can put it in your kitchen, arrange it beautifully. Lovely. I love that about that. And it's very strong. You can see that. Very strong. You press it, it's not budging at all. And then see the front, the glass is see-through. I love this. Most of the glasses of these air fryer ovens, they are tinted, but this one is not tinted, it's see-through, and you can see directly inside. That's something I love about it. And so that's that for the build. Not much. And you already know, as I told you before, Ambiano is by Aldi. This is also from Aldi Australia. It was manufactured 2020 and released July 2020. And when I was searching online for reviews internationally about it, it was highly recommended. A lot of people loved it, and they were like, in fact, someone said it has the most consistent baking that he has ever used, and this was coming from a professional baker. I said the most consistent baking. I love that. That means the temperature stays steady. It doesn't fluctuate, it stays steady. I love that. So I showed you the accessories last week. I'm going to show it to you again, because I'm going to go in depth on it. The accessories, yes. This is the air fryer basket. Look at that. So when you want to air fry, this is the basket you use for proper ventilation and heat distribution. You see, that's why it is called the basket. And it actually has stands, so that when you're done and you bring it out, you can place it on a flat surface, and this will elevate it. You see that? Very lovely design. I love this so much. I wish all air fryers could have this. Number two, you have the normal oven rack. Yes, this is the oven rack for when you just want to place things like chicken for baking, or you can also place your baking pan for cakes and things like that here. That is what this is for. And then very unique. This has been used. That's why you're seeing it like this. The more you use it, the more, but that is perfectly okay. This is a pizza stone. This is what produces crispy pizzas, and I told you last week, I said this is the first time I'm seeing this in an air fryer. It is amazing. Now, a few things to note about pizza stone. Please, when you are washing it, don't immerse it in water. It absorbs wet things, so don't put oil on it. It absorbs oil too. The more it absorbs things, the more it starts having cracks, and one day you might pick it up and you hear pop, it break. You don't break with that. So don't use any liquid with it. Whenever you want to put your pizza on it, just dust it with flour, then put your pizza on it. You don't need to put a baking pan on it. This is a pizza stone. Pizza is placed directly on it, so just dust with flour, as in baking flour, and then put your pizza. This is amazing. The day you try this with pizza, you will understand you will never use regular baking pan again. This produces quality pizza. I love it. And then, okay, let me bring this out at once. These are the prongs. Look at that. Those are the prongs for the rotisserie. So you fix this like this. You see on the two sides. Sorry. And the chicken will be in the middle. So these forks will hold the chicken. Hold chicken firmly. Then it hooks. Then as it's baking, it's rotating. That is a rotisserie fork or stick or whatever they call it. I call it stick and the prongs. So this is what you use. And I love this. This grips the chicken firmly. So there's nothing like your chicken tilting or falling as it is rolling. That's what these two are for, to grip the chicken on both sides. Then you have this. When you are done, you cannot touch this when you are done baking chicken. It is very, very hot. So this is what you use to pick it out of the oven. That's what this is for. For those of you who are not aware, you use this to pick it out of the oven and take it out smoothly. Then we have the baking tray. When you want to do normal baking, maybe you want to bake your veggies, you want to bake meat pie and things like that that need to stay in a tray. This is what this is for. This is also non-stick. Please, I'm just going to tell you, don't clean anything with abrasive sponge. Use very soft sponge. If not, you will spoil the surface of all these things. And remember, your pizza stone, if you want to clean it, I forgot to mention that. If you want to clean your pizza stone, just wipe off the flour when you've removed the pizza. Then just take a damp cloth, not wet, damp cloth, and just wipe it and dry it. Finish. That's all for the pizza stone. The rest you can wash, but use soft sponge and non-abrasive soap that are not hard. Don't use all those hard soap on this. Just mild toilet kitchen soap. Then, as far as I'm concerned, this is one of the most important things I look out for in any fryer. This is a drip tray. Can you see these marks on it? That happens when you're baking things, like when you're baking the rotisserie chicken, the oil is dripping here. So it doesn't drip directly into the oven, which preserves your oven and helps it last longer. So it drips here. And when you're done, you just simply pull it out and you wash it. This, some people call it crumb tray, some people call it drip tray. This is extremely important. So instead of having to be washing the inside of your oven continuously, which can affect its durability, this is what you'll be washing. And it doesn't matter whether this is stained or anything, it can be used again and again. It's just for things to drip, so no problem with it. Inside here we have the heating rods. So this is what makes it work perfectly as an oven. These heating rods, normally for air fryers the heat comes from up, but when you see heating rods down, it means it can function as an oven. So there are heating rods up and down, which is for oven. Then you have behind the heating rods up, I don't know if I can tilt it for you to see, that is where the fan is coming from, the air fryer fan. So that is it for the accessories. So those are all the things it comes with. That is it for the accessories. Now I'm moving on to my favorite part, the functions, the features, and what this air fryer oven can do. The features, you can see whenever you switch it on at the back, this is what will show first. So it shows it is off, not on yet. This is the function knob. As you roll it, it will select the functions you want to. Don't worry, shortly I'll show you the functions. This controls the time and temperature. So this is for the time. If it's time you want to set, you press it once, you set the time by turning to this side or to reduce or to increase. If it's temperature, you press it twice, then you move to this side to either reduce the temperature or increase the temperature. This is for the light bulb. This controls the light bulb. This is the on and start button. You can see that. It's very sensitive. You see, I was just showing you. Can you see? Extremely sensitive. This is the fan. You can control the speed of the fan, high or low, which is amazing. Which means when you want to bake something that needs low fan, you can use this, something like bread. This is the first time I'm actually seeing an air fryer having this option, so that even when you're doing things that need gentle baking, you are covered. Let me show you the functions, the different functions it has. First, let me close this. Then I'm going to put it on. Yes, see the blinking one? That's the chips. If you want to fry chips, air fry chips, or you can see that's the highest temperature. The temperature goes up to 230 degrees centigrade, and that is for 20 minutes. So it is already preset. Second function, that is for fish, whole fish, 230, 25 minutes, already preset. If you want to choose this, you just press this and it will immediately start. This is for the rotisserie chicken. Because it is big chicken, whole chicken, it needs lower temperature and longer time. So that's 170 degrees and 45 minutes. This is for steak or chops. That is what this is for. This is for drumstick, for pizza. This is for bread. This is something I told you I've not seen on any air fryer, having a bread function. That's amazing. This is for, I think this is for cheesecake or something. This is to defrost. So you can actually use it to defrost things. And this is to dehydrate. You can see that is 1 hour at 60 degrees is for dehydration. So that is what all these functions are for. So that you use this to control the functions. If you want to control the time, you're going to press this. Okay, this for the first button for the temperature. Second, then you increase the time. You can see that's the time that has been increased. So these are the features it comes with. If you want to choose manual, it does not have a separate manual button, but you can select any of the functions, then you just regulate your own temperature and regulate your own time. Very easy. This is the button for the light. You can see the light has come on and you can control it separately yourself. You can switch it on or off. You can see that. So those are the functions. And for the fan speed, you can select, as I told you, low, you can see, or high. That is the high. When it's 2, that is high. When it's only 1, that is low. So you can select the fan speed. Let me come and tell you what the fan actually does. Let me quickly explain what the fan is, because someone has asked me, the fan, won't it be dispersing the heat away? No, it's actually the fan that makes an air fryer cook faster than regular oven. Ovens that have fans are called convection ovens. That's what stands them out. It is actually the fan that intensifies the heat on what you are baking or air frying or this thing. So when you need something that doesn't need concentrated heat like that, that is what this Ambiano is perfect for. You can put the fan on 1 instead of 2. That is low instead of 2. What the fan does is blows the heat in the direction of the food you are baking or cooking. So the heat is concentrated on it. That's the work of fan. That is why air fryers, they fry faster than ovens, they bake faster than ovens. If the oven has the fan, it's a convection oven, which is the new thing they are making right now. So that's just to cover the fan aspect. So moving on to safety features. I have given you one. Please don't touch it with wet hands. It's metal body. Please don't risk electric shock. That's number 1. Number 2, it needs ventilation. Don't push it against the wall and be using it. It needs ventilation. Also, because the body is metal, it can get very hot when you're using it, because of the heat radiating. So please be careful about touching it when it's in use. When you finish using it, wait 30 minutes for it to cool down before you move it, before you touch. You can use gloves to remove what you are baking or what you are making. They should not stay inside for the whole 30 minutes. Just remove it, then leave the air fryer itself for 30 minutes to cool down completely before you clean it or touch it or move it. That's just what I want to cover. And please don't drop it, don't bang it as always. And as always, Where is it? You know I will talk about it. Read your manual. So let me just quickly recap what this Ambiano is. Is the Ambiano Professional Airfryer Oven, 23 liters, 1700 watts, 220, 240 volts. And don't mind the professional. It doesn't mean it is for commercial use. It is for home use. There's a difference between professional and commercial. Professional means home use pro, but not for commercial use. Will I recommend this? Oh, wholeheartedly. You all know Ambiano makes solid products, and you know I'm very partial to them. I've used a lot of their products and I can recommend them anytime. For this kind of oven, I'm going to recommend it, air fryer oven. I'm going to recommend it for, especially for family people that are looking to like be baking things for their children. They want to eat healthier in the family. You will like to grill or to bake or to roast or to air fry with minimum oil, and maybe to be able to make snacks and everything. This is very conducive for family use. Very, very conducive. You will love it, and you'll be able to make amazing things for your children and your entire family in it. So yes, in fact, double thumbs up. And of course, you know, I'll definitely give you a recipe with it, something you can make easily for your family. So let's move on to that. I'm going to be showing you how to make plantain chips. If you know how I searched high and low for plantains, it is well low. But I have unripe plantains here. You can use ripe but very hard plantain. I didn't get that type. If not, I prefer using that type. It would have been sweeter. Also, when I finish slicing it, some people salt their own. I prefer to salt my own immediately it's coming out of the oven. That's when I like salting it, because salt draws out moisture. So if you salt it before, it might end up being soft, more like dodo than plantain chips. So that's just the tips I want to tell you. Let's get cracking. Episode. Thank you so much for joining and watching. And this, you can get this from our episode sponsor, Frankincense Kitchen Gadgets. It's available on his website, and as at this time they are running a very attractive promo on it. I'm going to put the link in the description so you can go buy yours. You will love it. I'm telling you, it's recommended for family of 3 up to 6, 7, depending on, it can do a whole big bulky chicken. So you see how big it is and you see why you need it. So till next week again, don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications so you do not miss anything. And when you try out the recipe, please let me know. I'd love to get your opinion on it. Till next time, bye.